This is the Sudan News Roundup, read by Ammar Saeed. Just Minister Mohammed Khidr said the Sudan will sue the countries that supported the rebellions and contributed to community crimes and validation against citizens before the international justice. Added up, the minister added that the team from the Ministry of Justice just returned from Gambia capital after filing a complaint against the state of Chad, which provided support to the militia, adding that the complaint against Chad will be followed by complaints against other countries. The United Security Council imposed sanctions on the leaders of the rebel support forces, Osman Mohammed Hamid, known as Osman Operations, and Abdurrahman Juma, for their involvement in operations that threatened Sudanese security and stability. The sanctions include freezing the assets and the funds of the aforementioned individuals and banning them from international travel. Head of the Council, First Lieutenant General Abdul Fattah al-Burhan, yesterday reviewed the overall security and service condition in the White Nile state and the offer to provide the necessary service to the citizens, beside the success of the agriculture season. This came during his meeting yesterday with White Nile State Governor Mr. Omar. For his part, Al-Khalifa said in press statement that he provided a comprehensive enlightenment to Al-Burhan on the security situation following the liberation of Jabal Moya area. The Director General of the Agricultural Bank of Sudan, Mohammed Adam, announced the bank's intention to purchase winter crops from the farmers at the rewarding price. Within the farmer work of encouraging farmers after the success of the summer season, Adam said the state planned to provide a strategic stock in the country and export the surplus production. Heads of Medicine Advisory Office at the Ministry of Health, Ogel Suarez Dahab, prevented the number of deaths resulting from the unknown poisoning in the Hilalia area in Jazeera state has risen to more than 300 citizens, with the number of deaths reaching 100. Suarez Dahab ruled out the poisoning deaths were due to cholera. Dr. Ogel called on the World Health Organization, the International Committee of Red Cross, and UNICEF to invent urgently to provide assistance and investigation information about the mysterious death. Later on, in a related contents, local sources confirm that more than 200 people were killed in the Hilalia area by the rebels' bullets. Head of Council, First Lieutenant General Abdul Fattah al-Burhan, held a close session with the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman on the sidelines of the Arab Islamic Summit, during which he briefed him on the developments in the Sudanese against the backdrop of the militia revolution and its validation against civilians and targeting state institutions. For his part, the Saudi Crown Prince affirmed that the kingdom's support for Sudan, its unity, security, and stability. Minister of Energy and Oil, Dr. Muhyiddin Naim Mohammed, discussed with the chairman of the National Energy Administration of the People's Republic of China cooperation between the two countries in the field of energy. The Chinese official affirmed that the country's readiness to work in the field of energy in Sudan. In the same contents, The ministry discussed with the chairman of China company CMPC, Mr. Hu, cooperation in the field of oil industries. Civil leaders in Hilali's neighborhood announced that the number of victims of the militia attacks has risen to 400 people, including women and children, following the deaths of the number of wounded and poisoned people who arrived in the city of Abu Ushara on the west bank of the Nile due to the lack of medication treatments. The Sudanese Minerals Resource Company SMRC announced that the country's gold production during the first half of this month is estimated around 44 tons. Adding to that, the value of the quantity is estimated at 1.180 billion US dollars. The company's general manager, Mr. Muhammad Tahir, called for tightening control over the gold industry to prevent smuggling. Head of Counselor, First Lieutenant General Abdul Fattah al-Burhan, confirmed that the government of Sudan is working close with the government confirmed that the government of Sudan is working in close cooperation with the United Nations for the suffering of the Sudanese people and deliver humanitarian aid to them. Al-Burhan announced in Twitter on the X platform the extensions of opening the Adri crossing as tomorrow's Friday based on the recommendation of the second response firm for the Supreme Committee for the Humanitarian Affairs. The Technical Committee of the Counselor of the Ministry approved the budget for the year 2025 in the State of General Features, Directive and Objectives. The Undersecretary of the Ministry of Finance and Economics, Abdullah Ibrahim, said after presenting the budget to the meeting of the Technical Committee in the Council of Ministers that the committees made observations which were taken in consideration in preparation for submitting it to the ministerial sectors for approval and implementation according to it.